the world of 3D art is rapidly evolving. Now, AI tools can generate incredibly complex models in just seconds. Simultaneously, artists are creating increasingly impressive 3D asset packs, some free, some paid. However, one aspect has remained relatively consistent for a long time: the process of importing models and assets into Blender. As many Blender users know, this import process can be surprisingly cumbersome, especially when done frequently. To address this challenge, we developed BrowzMaster Pro. It's a unique add-on designed to streamline your workflow by allowing you to browse your assets directly from your hard drive. So you install the add-on, BrowzMaster Pro, like any other add-on. Now it will appear like this. You will be prompted to select a base folder. Simply click on this folder icon and navigate to the folder that contains your 3D assets. Now, this is my main folder that contains some subfolders, as well as some 3D models placed directly inside the folder. As you can see, these folders also contain several types of 3D assets. Simply, when you select the base folder, press Accept. Now you will see new options in the add-on. By default, the subfolder option is highlighted, and we have extra options that we will show you in a moment. So with the subfolder option activated, you are going to navigate the subfolders that are inside the base folder. When you press here, you will see all the folders that were inside the base folder. If you select any folder, you will see that the add-on displays a list of the models inside that subfolder by their names. Now you can simply import these models by clicking on the arrow beside their names, and that's how easy importing the models will be. We also have this big arrow that allows you to select the model that you just imported. You can also delete the imported model using the X button. Also, you can import multiple models at once just by selecting them using the checkboxes and clicking the Import button below. Now, you will see another list down here on the right. It will show you only the imported models. This list is very useful when you change the subfolder, as you can still access options to select and delete imported models from different folders. Also, the add-on allows you to import different types of 3D files at the same time, which is very awesome. This may take some time based on the size and number of models. So, if you select a lot of large-size models and Blender seems stuck, just wait until it finishes importing. Now you can quickly import any type of 3D model without the hassle of choosing the file type and wasting time on unnecessary steps. As you can see, I like to work with .glb files because the texture will be baked with the model, so it will be fast to import and just works. For other types of models like .fbx or .obj, the add-on can import them too, but you have to make sure that the textures are in the same folder, or you may need to set up the textures manually. I will show you an example of how to set up FBX files later. Now with this add-on, you can build your own offline library where you can import models very quickly. Now let's talk about the nested option, which means nested folders. Activating this option will reveal any folders that are inside the subfolders, and if they contain any 3D models, it will allow you to import them. Now for the main folder option. Activating this option allows you to display the models that are directly inside the base folder while ignoring all subfolders. You can activate this option if you have only one folder that contains all your assets. By the way, these assets are made by AI and they have no textures. I just made them quickly for this test. Now let's talk about this option, Show All Models, which does exactly what its name says. It will show you all the models that are inside the main folder, including subfolders and nested folders. This option will scan the folder to find all your 3D models. Keep in mind, this option may take anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, depending on the folder size and the speed of your hard drive. In my case, my folder is not that large and it's on a very fast SSD, so the scan will be very quick. Also, you can search to find a model by name. Let me choose another folder that is a bit larger and on a different hard drive to see how the scan works. Now you see that the scan found 245 items. Most of the items are 3D models, but there are also SVG files and ABC files. You can import whatever you want with simple clicks. And as you can see, the scale of some 3D models is not correct. This is a common issue with free 3D models, where creators often don't use real-world dimensions when exporting. It's not the add-on's fault. You can easily rescale the model inside Blender. So, yeah, as you can see, now you have the best tool to import 3D models and build your own offline library. Whether you're creating 3D assets using AI or using free or paid assets, BrowzMaster Pro is a must-have tool. Now let's talk about FBX importing. It's a bit tricky to import FBX files with textures. The add-on can obviously import FBX models, but the problem with FBX files is that the textures are not baked into a single file. So you have two options: either you set up the textures manually or you use this method. As you can see, we have a folder for a Deadpool model and another zip file for a barrel model. Both models are FBX files that include a texture folder. Let's unzip the barrel file into its own folder. You'll find the FBX file inside the source folder. Just copy and paste it outside that folder. I know it might take some time, but you'll only need to do it once and then forget about it. Now we have two separate folders, one for Deadpool and one for the barrel. Go back to Blender, activate the Nested Folders option, and navigate until you see the folder names. Select the folder. Now you can import the FBX model with its textures. The Deadpool model is really small, so I'll need to scale it up. But as you can see, the model was imported with textures correctly. Now let's try the barrel. Also imported with no problem. But what if we want to display both FBX files at the same time? So I have another method, which is enabling the Show All Models option while selecting the folder that contains your FBX models as the base folder. This will display all the FBX models while keeping them in their own subfolders. So I have another method, though it comes with its own limitations. This method involves placing all the models in the same folder and placing all the textures in one subfolder called Textures. This setup allows you to display all the models in one place and import them with their textures. However, this method can run into limitations if the texture file names are the same. That can cause conflicts. So this method only works well if the texture file names are different. Otherwise, you'll still need to set up the textures manually. That's why I personally avoid using FBX models, because GLB files are much more practical. Since the model and the textures are baked into one file, you never have to worry about missing textures or broken paths. And as you can see, both FBX files are now in the same subfolder, and they will both import correctly with their textures. So with that, I hope you found the add-on useful. The add-on will be available on Blender Market. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments or join the Discord server.